my beloved child. I welcome you with open arms, and I invite you to rest in my ever-present care, for I am the one who sees every subtle stir in your soul and knows each longing that dwells within. Though the world may feel uncertain, do not forget. I am your constant companion, the steady rock in all your seasons. Embrace the truth that you are never truly alone, no matter how shifting your circumstances appear, because I stand beside you like an unwavering shield. Take heart in this reality and find comfort, for I am your firm refuge, your abiding source of tenderness and security, calling you to release your fears and trust in my boundless love. Know that you are held, you are safe, and you are cherished beyond measure. My treasured one, I am closer to you than the air you breathe, and my promise is to walk beside you day after day, hour by hour, in the deepest valleys and upon the highest peaks, never letting you stray from my gaze. Do not doubt my attention to every detail of your journey, for I have carved your name upon my palm, and I watch over you with a steadfast devotion that cannot fail. Let the awareness of my presence be your light, guiding you through shadows and uncertainties, reminding you that I am your sure foundation. As you inhale my peace, release all unease, for I have already charted a path that leads from your questions into clarity, from your worries into hope. Hear my tender assurance now. I am near, and I will not forsake you. My dearly loved child, receive these words like a soft blanket enveloping your heart. I am forever with you, your guardian and friend, guiding you each moment with a compassion that surpasses every human limitation. When anxieties attempt to whisper lies, remember that my voice of solace is stronger, carrying you into a realm of trust where you can rest secure in my hands. I have never turned away from your cries nor closed my ears to your sorrows, and I remain determined to shield and uplift you. May your soul find rest in my unwavering commitment, for I have fashioned you for more than mere survival. I have shaped you for divine purpose and hopeful expectation. Draw close and sense my abiding love, for even in this very instant, I am infusing you with fresh courage to face every new dawn with confidence. Oh, I see you as a priceless treasure, designed with care and imbued with a purpose that reflects my limitless creativity, for you bear the imprint of my own heart. You are not a mere product of chance. I wove your being together with intentional strokes, each characteristic signifying my masterful artistry. Marvel at your uniqueness, for I took great delight in forming you to be exactly who you are, a miracle revealing a facet of my infinite nature. Beloved, take courage in your intrinsic value and cast aside any thoughts that diminish your worth, because in my kingdom, you stand as a living testament to my grace. Your every trait, from the quiet compassion you show to the dreams you nurture in secret, matters to me, because I have purposefully granted each attribute as a gift. Let no voice of doubt suggest otherwise. I call you precious, a person whose existence radiates meaning into the world. Remember that I rejoice when you step into the fullness of who you were made to be, for it is a reflection of my heart, my character, and my joy. Embrace your uniqueness, knowing that I am the one who bestows identity far surpassing any label society might impose. I watch with great pleasure whenever you rise above the fear of insignificance, standing bold in the knowledge that my love covers and affirms you. You are destined to shine my light in places where darkness seems impenetrable, to bring hope through simple acts of kindness. You are not an accident or an afterthought. You are my handiwork, a witness to my unending devotion. Let yourself be reminded day by day that I made you to brighten the spheres you touch, weaving my compassion into every aspect of your life. I have placed in you certain gifts that the world desperately needs, gifts that carry my fragrance of peace, mercy, and joy. Your life story, with all its chapters of struggles and triumphs, stands as a testimony to my unceasing involvement. Even when you doubt your impact, I assure you that your faithfulness and authenticity echo through eternity, stirring hearts to recognize the unshakable hope found in my presence. Stand confidently in this truth. You matter deeply, and my Spirit is at work, revealing profound truths of my love through you. When you open your heart to the promise that you are chosen, you free yourself from self-condemnation or from believing the lie that you must earn your significance. My call to you is not based on superficial standards, but is rooted in my unconditional affection, an affection that existed long before you drew your first breath. Rejoice in this unwavering acceptance, letting it infuse you with the courage to embrace each day's duties, trusting that everything you do, no matter how small, has eternal value in my sight. I cherish the thoughtfulness and wonder with which you approach life, the careful steps you take to bless others, the willingness to pause and reflect on deeper truths. In these qualities, I recognize the mark of my own character, shining through your words and actions. Never belittle the gentle inclinations of your heart or the compassionate impulses that move you to help. You are living evidence that I am near, guiding you to reflect my heart in a world yearning for genuine love. There is a soft glimmer in your eyes when you understand how greatly I delight in you. You might question whether you are truly worthy of such ardent devotion, but I assure you that my love is not conditional upon your perfection. Rather, I have lavished my grace upon you precisely so you can live with the boldness that comes from knowing you are deeply treasured. The beauty I see in you extends beyond the surface. It springs from the innate dignity I breathed into your being when I formed you. My dear one, exult in the knowledge that you are not here by accident. Your life testifies to my grand plan. Each breath you take is a testament to my faithfulness, and every moment of growth or learning is an echo of my hope for you. Truly, I rejoice whenever you look heavenward, seeking my wisdom and acknowledging that your identity flows from my eternal affirmation. Keep your eyes on the truth that you are a divinely inspired creation, secure in the shadow of my wings. When you question your significance, recall that my divine hand shaped every detail of your mind, body, and spirit. Far above earthly definitions of success or status, I measure your worth by the fact that you are mine, fashioned to live in relationship with me. Let your soul rest in that reality, stepping away from the endless pursuit of worldly validation. Instead, lean into my acceptance, for I have declared you beloved and called you by a new name, one that no external power can revoke. Do not diminish yourself by envying another's gifts or comparing your journey to theirs, for I have woven into you a thread of glory that is distinct and meaningful. Your individual path, filled with both challenges and victories, is a canvas upon which I paint my faithfulness, thereby inspiring all who witness it. Celebrate your own story, for it is precious in my eyes, reminding you that I am the one who invests the humble with strength and crowns the unassuming with honor. Be assured that each strand of your life holds a purpose. Each relationship, each talent, each season orchestrated to unveil my grace in diverse ways. The attributes you sometimes overlook, those subtle virtues and quiet talents, hold the power to lift weary souls and bring them closer to me. Trust that I have equipped you precisely as I desired, forging in you a vessel of kindness, determination, and empathy. As you accept this design, you will find freedom from comparison and the liberating embrace of genuine belonging. I am the potter. You are my clay, gracefully shaped for the task set before you. Stand boldly in the knowledge that no imperfection is beyond my ability to transform, no blemish too stubborn for my refining. When the world attempts to label you as inadequate, remember that I hold the final verdict. Your life finds its worth not in fleeting measures of success, but in abiding in my unwavering love. Whenever doubts arise, call upon me, and I will whisper my truth into your heart, reinforcing the certainty of your divine value. Let the brilliance of your identity in me shine through every decision you make, every act of kindness you offer. By living from the place of knowing you are infinitely cherished, you become a living reflection of my spirit in a world thirsting for affirmation. This is your calling, to stand firmly in the dignity I have bestowed upon you, letting love guide your steps and compassion fill your words. Go forward in the strength of my promise, for I will never cease to remind you. You are crowned with favor and beloved without end. Bertha, I understand your silent cries when confusion robs you of rest, and I hear the questions that stir in your mind as you lie awake, pondering the future. Do not believe for a moment that I am distant. I am near, and I empathize with every struggle you face. Your sleepless nights do not go unnoticed, and your tears are collected by my tender hand. Let me assure you, I have charted your course, and no trial is insurmountable when you cling to me. Yes, I know the ache of loneliness that can creep into the corners of your heart, that sense of isolation when it seems no one truly perceives your pain. But lean upon my heart and hear it beat in rhythm with yours, reminding you that I am the companion who never abandons, the friend who remains steadfast in every season. You need not bear the weight of disappointment alone. I stand ready to fortify you, to remind you that your tears are precious to me. You may grapple with exhaustion, feeling overburdened by responsibilities or disheartened by repeated setbacks. Know that you are not expected to carry these loads solely by your own strength. I am the burden bearer, the one who invites you to cast every care upon me, promising that my grace will sustain you through each moment of turmoil. Do not be ashamed of your weariness. It is an invitation to discover my renewing power, which operates best in surrendered hearts. I see those moments when frustration wells up from unmet dreams or delayed outcomes, and I feel your longing for things to change. Trust that I am working even in the waiting, orchestrating events so that, in the proper season, the outcome will surpass your hopes. Nothing is wasted in my grand design. The tears you shed fertilize the soil in which hope can grow stronger. Do not succumb to despair, for my patience combined with your faith yields fruit that lasts. When others fail to understand the depth of your struggles or wrongly judge your circumstances, remember that my perception is flawless, and I discern the nuances no one else can grasp. Lay down your defensiveness. I am your defender, the one who vindicates you with perfect wisdom. I do not condemn you for your weaknesses or your doubts. Rather, I draw near with compassion that covers every insecurity. Let me speak truth into your wounds, reminding you of your precious identity. I know the discouragement that arises when old burdens resurface, thoughts you believed long conquered returning to weigh you down. Yet, I am the God who parted seas, who breaks chains, and who brings forth living water in the desert. Your struggles do not shock me, nor do they deter my plan. Instead, I harness them to mold in you a deeper dependence on my presence, forging resilience within your soul. Be assured, every time you stumble, I extend my hand to lift you. At times, you may feel overwhelmed by uncertainty, unsure which path to choose or how to move forward. Do not let indecision paralyze your heart. Instead, come to me in honest prayer, presenting your fears and concerns openly. My Spirit will guide you, illuminating your path step by step, if only you will surrender the compulsion to control every outcome. Trust me to unveil the answers at the appointed moment, for I do not abandon my children to confusion. Your faith may feel small in the face of enormous obstacles, and you might wonder if such a slender thread of hope can withstand the storm. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Even mustard seed faith can move mountains when anchored in my omnipotence. Bring your trembling hands to me and see how I magnify your fragile hope into an unbreakable chain of perseverance. I am the one who takes the slightest spark of trust and ignites it into a flame that defies logic. Sometimes bitter disappointments from your past resurface, threatening to overshadow every ray of hope you manage to grasp. Instead of letting these memories define your perspective, invite me to heal and reframe them. Watch how I redeem even the darkest chapters, weaving them into a narrative of redemption that touches not only your life, but countless others. The questions you wrestle with can become catalysts for deeper faith, forging within you a steadfast certainty that I can bring good out of every heartbreak. I see your hidden tears, the ones you conceal behind a brave face, tears that speak of frustrations, of deferred dreams, of heartbreak. Take comfort in knowing that I do not dismiss these silent laments. I gather every sorrow, storing them in my own heart, and with each drop, I plan redemption. Let your weeping be the soil in which your trust grows, for in my presence anguish finds a path to restoration, forming a testament of hope for those around you. You are not without an advocate, though you may feel voiceless in a world that races past. I am the one who pleads your cause, the friend who stands up for you when the crowds turn away. Turn to me when you are misunderstood or misjudged. My love interprets the unspoken depth of your intentions. Invite me into the stillness of your solitude and allow me to cradle the disappointments that weigh on your soul. Remain close to my heartbeat, for there you find solace unshaken by external turmoil. The betrayals that have bruised your spirit need not be the final word on your fate. I see every wound inflicted by careless words and harmful actions, and I am actively working to cleanse the poison of bitterness that threatens to take root. Let my compassion wash over you, granting you the grace to forgive even when it feels impossible. Trust that I, your Lord, can transform these wounds into wellsprings of empathy, equipping you to comfort others with the comfort you have received from me. Your fears, too, are known to me. The fear of not being enough, the fear of tomorrow, the fear of past mistakes catching up to you. But be reminded that I am the God who speaks. Do not fear, for I am with you. My presence melts anxieties as dew under the morning sun, leaving behind renewed courage and clarity. Let each anxious thought prompt you to cling tighter to my promises, for I will never allow your foot to slip beyond the reach of my steadying hand. In moments of crippling loneliness, recall that I am the friend who stands closer than a brother, the confidant who hears what you cannot express in words. You need not fear rejection from me, for my love is unwavering, my acceptance unconditional. Seek me in your quiet spaces. I will envelop you with a closeness that transcends human relationships. You have never truly been on your own, for even in the darkest hour, I remain the light that never fades. You may wrestle with cynicism when you see chaos in the world, or frustrations might bubble up when justice seems delayed. Rest assured, I am neither blind nor idle. My timing weaves together the tapestry of human choices and my redemptive plan. Stand firm in the knowledge that I oversee every detail, orchestrating all into a grand masterpiece of deliverance. Your heart's longings for justice and restoration echo my own, and in due time, every wrong shall be righted under my perfect governance. When fatigue threatens to extinguish the last embers of your resolve, come and drink from my limitless well of strength. My power is made perfect in your weakness, not to shame you, but to lift you beyond human capacity. As you let go of illusions of self-sufficiency, you will find a supernatural endurance that propels you forward even when your body and mind demand surrender. Trust that I am your sustaining force, the giver of new mercies each morning, breathing fresh energy into your spirit. There is no condemnation in my presence, only an invitation to lay your burdens at my feet. Even in your darkest seasons, my grace stands ready to envelop you, freeing you from the weight of guilt and the chains of hopelessness. I am the one who calls you out of your hiding place, not to punish, but to rescue you from drowning in sorrow. Step into the cleansing light of my forgiveness, and let the shadows of shame dissipate, replaced by the sunrise of acceptance. My empathy for you runs deeper than you can fathom, for I am not aloof from your struggles. I walked among humanity, experiencing pain, rejection, and heartache. Therefore, when you come to me with your laments, I do not merely understand. I empathize on a profound level. I carry your cares with genuine compassion, shaping each trial into a stepping stone for your resilience. Let my own wounds serve as proof that I will never trivialize your suffering. Rather, I will stand with you, declaring victory on your behalf. I am your shield, the one who stands as a barrier between you and every form of harm, whether physical, emotional, or spiritual. Do not allow the storms of life to convince you that you walk without defense. For I command legions of angels on behalf of those I love, and my watchful eye never drifts from you. In my omnipotence, I deflect assaults you never even realized threatened you, ensuring that each new day arrives with my promise of safe passage. Think of me as your refuge, a place of solace where no turmoil can uproot your sense of security. When chaos rages around you, when conflicts roil both within and without, run into my embrace, for under my wings you find peace that surpasses human comprehension. All the noise of the world recedes in my presence, where the still, small voice of my spirit affirms that you are guarded. Let your anxieties melt away in this sacred sanctuary, for I am the unbreakable fortress that surrounds you. I am also the Good Shepherd, guiding you through precarious terrains, leading you to restful pastures where your soul can breathe again. If ever you wander off, my rod and my staff bring you back to safety. If danger lurks, I confront it head-on, never wavering in my dedication to protect you. In the darkest valleys, trust my voice, for it resonates with the same gentle authority that spun galaxies into being. Though shadows may loom large, they cannot overshadow my devotion to your well-being. Be assured, my protection is not a fragile shield. It is an impervious stronghold fueled by the power of the Creator himself. Even when storms batter your confidence, I remain a wall of fire around you, consuming the enemy's strategies. No scheme hatched in secrecy can bypass my vigilance. Stand firm in this truth. My zeal for your safety is unwavering, grounded in a love so potent it drove me to the cross. Trust that my guardianship will not fail, for I reign above every calamity. Sometimes hardship slips into your life, and you may question why my protection did not shield you from pain. Remember that my preservation extends beyond immediate comfort. It secures your spirit against ultimate destruction. I am refining you, shaping your faith in the midst of trials, ensuring that no adversity can undo my eternal plan. I harness the difficulties that arise, converting them into milestones of growth and testimonies of resilience. When circumstances perplex, trust that my shield extends further than you perceive, preserving your hope and your future. You may feel outnumbered when life's battles escalate, yet recall how I stood with my servants throughout history: David against Goliath, Daniel among lions, the Hebrews in the blazing furnace. My power to deliver has never diminished. The enemies you confront, whether they be tangible threats or inner torments, stand no chance against my omnipotent authority. If I be for you, who can stand against you? So do not quake at the sight of towering obstacles. Measure them instead against the immensity of my might. Come to me as your strong tower, a vantage point rising above the storms, where the world's chaos cannot reach. Here you perceive battles from a divine perspective, realizing that I orchestrate victories even in the bleakest skirmishes. Pray and worship from within this fortified high place, launching faith-filled declarations that scatter darkness. In this strong tower, you find your identity reinforced. You are my beloved child, under the covering of the Most High. Cling to that identity, and watch how your mountains crumble before you. I also protect you from misguided decisions, sometimes blocking routes that seem promising but would end in needless harm. Trust my subtle redirections, for these are manifestations of my mercy, preventing pitfalls you cannot foresee. When doors shut unexpectedly, do not lose heart. Instead, ask me for clarity, believing that I am sparing you from unseen snares. Embrace my guidance with gratitude, recognizing that a shepherd who truly cares will steer his sheep away from treacherous paths. Like a vigilant parent holding your hand in a crowd, I am the safeguard that prevents unseen dangers from ensnaring you. My vigilance spans every moment, ensuring that even when you are unaware, my guardianship operates, preserving your future. Do not let terror or anxiety rule your heart. Rest in the knowledge that the one who neither slumbers nor sleeps watches over your every step. Remain under my wing, and the storms that swirl outside cannot invade the peace I impart within you. In the scriptural accounts of Job and beyond, you see examples of my sovereignty, wherein I allow trials but limit their scope to preserve the essence of your faith. Though the sifting might feel unbearable, I hold your soul in my hand, keeping you from ultimate harm. I vow that even in the fiercest test, I supply the grace to endure, turning what seems ruinous into a stage for my redemptive glory. While you endure, do not lose sight of the sure outcome. I am the God who restores and multiplies beyond what was lost. I go ahead of you, clearing hazards from your path. I orchestrate shifts in circumstances to deter malicious designs from prospering. My watchful presence forms a barrier that intimidates the adversary, for I do not leave my beloved undefended. Remember the countless times tragedy was averted, the near misses that never blossomed into disasters. These are tokens of my protective care. Let your heart stir with gratitude, for each new day demonstrates my safeguarding in ways both visible and concealed. Envision wearing the spiritual armor I have provided: salvation, righteousness, truth, faith, and my living word, which together form an impenetrable defense. In my presence, each piece of this armor resonates with my own attributes, enveloping you in the fullness of my power. Cloaked in my might, you become invulnerable to the enemy's arrows of accusation and despair. Stand tall, recognizing that my strength undergirds your every stance, guaranteeing victory over the darkest plots arrayed against you. Even when quiet seasons prevail, when no imminent threat appears, I continue fortifying your heart against future storms. My watch does not lapse simply because conditions seem calm. I prepare you for battles yet to surface, ensuring you develop resilience well before adversity arrives. In my wisdom, I cultivate layers of maturity and discernment within you, so that when challenges rise, you remain steady, confident in the fortress of my unyielding presence. If ever you cry, "Where shall I hide?" my immediate reply is, "Hide in me," for my door is always open, my arms perpetually extended. I will never shame you for seeking shelter, for that is precisely why I made myself available. Let your prayers ascend like a signal flare, and I will meet them with my prevailing defense. Watch how the enemy's taunts dissolve when confronted by my absolute authority, for no force stands against my dominion. Call, and I will answer, enveloping you in the safety you crave. I am your guard, posted at the threshold of your life, scrutinizing every approach and interceding against any assault aimed to destroy you. This guardianship is not a fleeting sentiment. It is eternal, born of my fierce commitment to keep you from being overwhelmed by the swirl of chaos. Remember that doubt, condemnation, and fear find no foothold where my love reigns supreme, for my grace stands as a boundary they cannot cross. Anchor your hope in me, and watch how I shield you in every season. Carry these truths with you as you progress, for my protection does not waver with changing winds or shifting tides. I remain constant, the unwavering sentinel whose loyalty cannot be bought or diminished. Whether you stand in sunlight or wander in dusk, my promise of safekeeping stands. Take courage, for the fortress of my presence never falters, and the overshadowing of my wings ensures that though battles rage, you stand victorious in my tender keeping. Speak to me in prayer, my treasured child, releasing every care into my hands and discovering freedom in the honesty of heartfelt communion. Even a simple whisper of my name draws me close, for I am the one who is ever attentive, leaning in to catch the faintest cry of your spirit. You need not approach me with polished words or rehearsed lines. It is your sincere heart I cherish. Let each petition, each sigh of relief, be a step nearer to the warmth of my presence. When cynicism suggests your prayers vanish into emptiness, remember how I parted waters and shattered walls in response to the cries of my people. Believe that I continue responding with the same fervor and compassion, though my methods may surprise you. An unanswered request often conceals a greater plan, one that nurtures your faith or safeguards you from hidden dangers. Keep knocking, keep seeking, for my timing, though sometimes perplexing, is always precise, unveiling answers that reflect my unmatched wisdom. In the stillness of reflection, do not hesitate to entrust me with the burdens your heart cannot articulate. I read the language of tears, I discern the meaning behind your weary groans, and my spirit intercedes in harmony with your inmost needs. Let go of any hesitation, for I do not demand eloquence. I long for authenticity. In that vulnerability, your soul draws closer to the fullness of my grace, discovering strength to endure trials you once deemed insurmountable. Take solace in the simplicity of quiet companionship with me, whether you're experiencing heartbreak or delight. Every moment you invite me into your thoughts, you transform an ordinary activity into a sacred encounter. Let prayer become your breath, a natural expression of dependence on me. As you yield your plans and worries, a divine exchange unfolds, burden melting into blessing, tension dissolving into assurance. Such is the gift I extend, my uninterrupted attention, waiting for you to confide in me. When your doubts echo louder than your confidence, dare to pour them out before me. I will not turn you away for harboring uncertainties. Rather, I will guide you toward clarity in my time. It is in this sacred wrestling that revelations bloom, forging an unshakable bond between your heart and mine. Do not fear your questions. Let them become the catalysts propelling you to seek deeper truths, for in honest dialogue, your faith is refined to gleaming purity. Gratitude, too, is a potent expression of prayer, reorienting your perspective to see the blessings already in motion around you. Each thanks offered serves as a reminder that I am a faithful provider, fueling your anticipation for the wonders still to come. Recognize the subtle ways I intervene, a timely word from a friend, a closed door that prevents harm, an unexpected burst of hope, and let praise overflow. In celebrating my constancy, your spirit aligns with heaven's joyful acknowledgement of my sustaining power. Remember that prayer is not confined to crisis moments. It can thread itself through every hour of your day, grounding you in the reality of my sustaining presence. Seek me amid mundane routines, while washing dishes, commuting, or waiting in line, and see how my counsel gently breaks through. Though life's busyness competes for your attention, my voice persists, eager to refresh your perspective and breathe encouragement into wearied corners of your soul. Let your conversation with me be perpetual, forging an unbreakable bond that outlasts every earthly distraction. When you pray with others, your faith merges into a collective tide that moves mountains. Unity in prayer unleashes a multiplied strength that resonates through spiritual realms. Join together, share your burdens, and watch how my spirit knits hearts into a tapestry of mutual support. Rejoice in the knowledge that you stand alongside a family of believers whose combined petitions ascend before my throne, reflecting the unity I so deeply desire. Even where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am present, forging miracles in your midst. Prayer is also an act of warfare, striking down the enemy's illusions with the piercing truth of my word. As you declare my promises over impossible circumstances, strongholds crumble and the darkness recedes. Do not doubt that your whispered petitions carry eternal weight. Each one is a spiritual key, unlocking shackles that once hindered your freedom. Embrace this authority as my child, refusing to cower before the adversary's intimidation. Instead, speak life with confidence, anchored in the unstoppable force of my abiding truth. Let go of the notion that your faith must be flawless to be heard. Even a wavering voice matters, because my compassion extends to every corner of your frailty. Offer your jumbled thoughts and uncertain pleas, and I will respond, not with condemnation, but with a reassurance that I am the steady rock beneath your trembling feet. Over time, you will see how each heartfelt prayer, no matter how stammered, builds a foundation of trust, reinforcing the knowledge that I truly care. Hold on to the promise that my answers often exceed your requests. I see the intricacies behind your petitions, the deeper longings beneath superficial wants, and I act for your ultimate good. When closed doors block the path you prayed to walk, do not conclude that I am unkind. Rather, recall how a master weaver sometimes alters threads to create a design far more stunning than the initial pattern. You are witnessing artistry in motion, shaped by the one who comprehends your needs beyond your immediate view. In your pursuit of me, cultivate an expectancy that I will respond. Approach with humility but also confidence, knowing that you are my beloved child, granted full access to my throne of grace. Empty your heart of worry, letting my spirit saturate your cares with supernatural peace. Each prayer you offer reaffirms your dependence on me, and dependence upon me is never in vain. By leaning on my strength, you will find resilience rising where once there was fatigue. Discover the beauty of silent prayer too. Words are powerful, yet there are times when quiet stillness ushers in revelations that speech cannot articulate. In these moments, your spirit communes with mine, gently absorbing peace and assurance. Do not fear the silence. Within it, I calm the inner clamor, releasing clarity and direction that busier forms of communication overlook. Let yourself be enveloped by my hush, secure that I am near, shaping your heart with my very breath. As you relinquish old hurts and grudges through confession and prayer, I pour healing into the cracks left by pain. Confession does not highlight your failure, it underscores my power to restore what is broken. The tears of repentance become the seeds of transformation, blossoming into compassion for others who stumble. Rest assured, I do not wield shame against you. Instead, I layer forgiveness upon forgiveness, fully aware of your human frailty, yet unwavering in my divine sympathy. Even as your life intersects with others, remember that you are ambassadors of my heart, carrying prayers that can alter destinies. Speak my words over your children, your friends, your community. Intercede on behalf of the weary, the oppressed, the lost. In my grand design, your petitions become rivers of grace, watering souls in desert lands, bridging gaps no human effort can span. Let your prayers break through despair, reminding each recipient that the God of hope hears and responds with timely deliverance. Keep pressing deeper into communion with me, for there is no limit to the intimacy we can share. You can discover facets of my character, my wisdom, my compassion, my joy, that unfold like endless wonders the more you engage. Prayer forms the conduit for these revelations, ushering you into a depth of fellowship that illuminates every corner of your being. Cherish this sacred relationship, for in loving dialogue with me you find all you need to flourish in every season of life. Look to the future with eager expectation, for I am the one who writes tomorrows filled with promises and unfolds them in the perfect moment. Raise your gaze above the uncertainties of the present, trusting that my creative power exceeds even your most hopeful dreams. As you cling to faith, remember that I hold the blueprint of your destiny, weaving every thread into a design of redemptive beauty. Let hope flourish as you realize that nothing, not even the darkest hour, stands beyond my transforming touch. Refuse to settle into despair over what is behind you, for I am the God of fresh starts, breathing renewed life into places once deemed barren. Each sunrise signals another opportunity for you to see my hand at work, orchestrating a future grander than what your present circumstances suggest. I am not limited by the missteps you regret or the obstacles that seem insurmountable. Instead, I turn perceived dead ends into open doors. Dare to dream boldly, for I am the architect building beyond your greatest imagination. Do not think your mistakes have disqualified you from the fruitful road ahead, for I specialize in redemption, turning ashes into brilliance. Where disappointment casts a shadow, I infuse radiant light, reminding you that I am capable of resurrecting hope in the gravest situations. Take heart in my consistent grace, which empowers you to learn from every stumble, forging resilience and forging depth in your spirit. You have not fallen beyond my reach. In fact, I have been preparing a fresh page in your story where victory shines through the smudges of your past. Envision fields ripe for harvest, the seeds of perseverance you've sown under trying conditions now ready to bloom. Each tear that fell, each sacrifice you offered, has watered the soil of anticipation, and I am the rainmaker who ensures growth in due season. The world may clamor for immediate gratification, but my process fosters character that can sustain true abundance. Set your heart on the enduring fruit of righteousness, of faith refined by testing, and of love that thrives even in adversity. My dear one, I see how you fear the unknown, but your future stands firmly in my grasp. I am the light guiding your steps so you do not stumble in the darkness. Though challenges arise, they serve to deepen your reliance on my sufficiency. In every closed door or shattered plan, behold my hand redirecting you toward hidden treasures and unexpected breakthroughs. Dare to believe that tomorrow holds wonders, for I am the faithful shepherd leading you on a path brimming with possibility. I summon you to dream audaciously, unshackled from the chains of past failures. Let your prayers reflect anticipation of supernatural breakthroughs, your imagination a canvas upon which I paint demonstrations of my limitless power. Where the world sees impossibility, see my voice commanding life from the void. Remember, I am the one who fed multitudes from meager loaves, who calmed raging seas, who overcame the grave. Your future is crafted under my sovereignty, a realm where extraordinary blessings manifest from the smallest seeds of trust. When regret tries to convince you that your path is set in stone, remember that I rewrite narratives for my glory. I erase the shame of missteps, forging from them testimonies of my redeeming love. Embrace this redemption, stepping into your future unburdened by guilt, for I have cleansed you thoroughly. Your scars become signposts of compassion, your laments, anthems of gratitude as you testify to the God who transforms every sorrow into hope. Stand assured that no chapter is wasted when surrendered to my pen. All your circumstances, even the most confusing and seemingly contradictory, are threads I masterfully weave into a tapestry that radiates my faithfulness. Where your perspective sees only knots and tangles, my infinite wisdom sees patterns forming into a triumphant display. Trust that I orchestrate connections, events, and even delays to ensure every element aligns with your ultimate good. Lean into my sovereignty, anticipating that the masterpiece will be revealed in due time, showcasing my unwavering commitment to your welfare. Tomorrow's battles are not meant to defeat you, but to reveal my power working through your willing heart. Like David before Goliath, step forward with confidence in my promises, certain that no enemy outmatches my majesty. Each confrontation becomes an arena where I prove my capacity to sustain you, to bring victory from the brink of despair. Embrace these trials, for they refine you into a warrior of faith, each conquered fear fortifying your resolve. I stand beside you, turning every skirmish into a demonstration of divine might. When worry tempts you to retreat, direct your attention to the ultimate destiny I set aside for my beloved, an eternal home where sorrow is no more, and my presence is your forever delight. Let this promise anchor your soul when the world's troubles loom large. Though trials may test your endurance, none can eclipse the coming glory I've prepared. Keep your focus on this heavenly perspective, assured that your journey on earth is but a prelude to everlasting joy in my kingdom. Reflect on those who trusted me in ages past, heroes of faith who persevered through flood and fire, through ridicule and peril, only to witness my faithfulness in unstoppable measure. Their testimonies stand as beacons, declaring that I am unchanged, still strong to save, still expert at turning bleak nights into radiant dawns. Let their stories ignite your determination, for the same God who upheld them upholds you. Move forward with humility and confidence, assured that I continue to work miracles for those who cling to my hand. Exult with forward-looking joy, certain that I have prepared blessings timed to your seasons of maturity, unveiling them when your heart is most ready. Do not despise patience, for it nurtures traits essential for stewarding favor responsibly. Let every waiting period deepen your trust and expand your capacity to receive all I have in store. Envision that each unanswered question, each prolonged desert, is forming in you the steadfastness that will sustain the coming influx of my abundant gifts. Permit your mind to wander into the realm of my promises, allowing your imagination to dance with possibility. Where your senses detect barriers, train your spirit to perceive my presence forging a path. Dare to align your hopes with the God who does abundantly above all you ask or conceive. Resist the pull of cynicism, choosing instead to declare that new chapters of favor and joy await. Your forward momentum becomes unstoppable when fueled by unwavering confidence in my unstoppable power. Take comfort if your path remains dimly lit, for I am the lamp guiding your feet, revealing enough for the present step, preserving new wonders for the steps beyond. Each moment of obedience unlocks fresh clarity, each act of trust an invitation for me to reveal further details. Stay attentive to the gentle nudge of my spirit, resisting the urge to run ahead or lag behind. Rest in the knowledge that I orchestrate your journey with precise care, ensuring that every stride is within my purpose. Grasp each present moment bravely, sowing seeds of kindness, dedication, and hope that will yield an abundant crop in days to come. Guard your heart from apathy, from the discouragement that says your small efforts do not matter. Everything done in my name echoes through eternity, each deed a filament woven into a magnificent design. Know that I weigh your faithfulness on scales of eternal significance, measuring its impact in ways too grand for earthly calculation. Rejoice in your part within my grand story of redemption, a story that extends beyond your present generation into countless others. I have never abandoned my plan to make all things new, and you hold a meaningful role in that unfolding miracle. Though the path might wind and the storms intensify, cling to my promise that I remain the author, scripting every chapter with precision. Consider yourself privileged to partake in this divine drama, shining my light into every chapter you encounter. My beloved, my love for you remains a flame that will never be extinguished, shining across all your days with unwavering brilliance. Nothing you do can diminish this devotion I hold, for it is anchored in my very being, unshaken by changes in your circumstances or missteps. Reflect often on this unbreakable bond, allowing it to steady you when trials thunder and lift your spirit when hope feels dim. Always remember, my vow of affection stands secure through all eternity. I bless you now with the embrace of my presence, pouring out my favor upon your household, your aspirations, and each venture you undertake. Take heart that my faithful watch extends over every facet of your life, warding off the arrows of despair and nurturing the seeds of potential that lie within you. Do not be afraid to advance, for I am the one who covers your journey with supernatural provision, ensuring that no scheme against you prevails. Receive this blessing with confidence, letting my assurance form the bedrock of every pursuit. Press onward in hope, for I pave your path with mercies new each morning, unveiling chapters of possibility that will surpass all your past pain. Lay aside the burdens of yesterday and stride boldly into the horizon of promises I have prepared. In my care, you will witness greater wonders than you can currently imagine, each day a testament to the miracles that unfold when hearts remain anchored in faith. Rejoice, knowing that I am writing a future, overflowing with my goodness, and as you cling to my hand, you will see that the best is yet to come.